2 minutes. But as soon as we... let us know when you're live.
I am.
You're live now?
I set it in, I think. Never. Wait a moment. Let me see. Yeah, I'm.
Mute thingy. Mute Indigo.
Oh, Peach is gonna. What?
Yeah, because he's spectating with us.
Okay. Yeah. You don't need to if you don't want to.
Yeah.
You can race, mate. We need someone who is...
Jamie, I'm gonna have to mute you because I'm... Is that alright? Alright, cool. I'll see you after. Yeah, 100%. Alright, I'll see you in a bit.
Ready to everyone ready up? Ah, here we go. Ready. I know you spelled ready up.
I can't. Ready up? Of course not. Yeah.
No, I know. It's for more for everyone else.
You said, hey, Peace pregnant. What?
Yeah, Peace is pregnant.
Oh.
Wait, what?
I said you were pregnant.
We need a guy on the track, mate.
No. I'm not ready. I can't be bothered.
Yeah, 14 drivers. Lost them out the world already. 14 drivers.
Nice.
Why did you add me, mate?
Do a bit of a commentary debut. Please, you can do your commentary debut as well, because it'll be a... Just remember, lads, we can't do any worse than Toby. Sorry, just think
you
of
know
it like that.
That's on stream right now. You
oh
know
yeah,
that.
no, I want him to hear it. I actually want him to hear it. Not gonna lie.
Same, I don't mind him. Yeah.
Our formalist student get an invite. Well, sorry, mate. I literally gave you like so much time. So.
I'll be back in a second for a minute.
I send him an invite, but I can't send him now. But it's okay.
Send him one now, but obviously you have to miss quality.
Welcome anyone who's watching the stream, whether that's on YouTube later or Twitch now. It's qualifying for the Belgian Grand Prix in this Eval Race VIL. And Ilka is currently streaming for us right now. Also here with Toby Pease, but he's
elsewhere at the moment. He'll be back in a second. No one has come out of the pits yet to put in a quali time, or even go out onto the track. See some people, someone's there saying that they don't have a setup. That's going to be a bit tricky round Belgium without a setup, to be honest. But yeah, the lineup, we have Mar5 attacking, Ayrton, Jonathan Cox, Indigo, Nolsey, YouTube Nova, ALR Sammy, Dan Murphy, Gods, Phil Razor, Guna, Gurman, Worry Clouds, and Mumford Plays. So a decent turnout, very decent turnout for this Eval race. We've got the first driver going out. Can't quite see who that is yet. It's Indigo. Indigo is the first one on track in the Williams. Let's see what he can do when he starts his lap shortly. Be interesting to see if Rouge and Radion catch out anyone. And I still can't remember what order it is, to be honest. Is it Rouge then Radion?
Yeah,
or is
it's
it Radion
Rouge then Radion, I think.
So yeah, that's the beautiful voice of Total Peas there. Clear your throat. So Indigo, Mar5 attacking, Gods, Phil Razor, Gurman, Worry Cloud all out now. Track's starting to get a bit busier. Person who will be crossing the line first for their lap though will be Indigo in the Williams.
Who, from what I know, he's a pretty fast driver.
So are we
mean,
thinking Division 1 pace?
Oh, 100%. He
Yeah.
dominates a lot of things he does. He's always up there. I don't expect anything less, and I think this race is his to win anyway.
You think you're putting him as favourite, are you?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, we also will keep an eye out for Dan Murphy. Obviously, he's the defending VIR champion from Season 1. So, hopefully we have a good fight then between Dan Murphy and Indigo. Another one to look out for is Jonathan Cox.
Yeah, of course. Jonathan Cox is also someone who's quite quick himself, but he had a lot of issues last season, which put him a bit further down.
He started
the
off
road than
very
should have
well,
been.
didn't he? He started off very well. Indigo now crosses a line to start his lap. And there's a yellow flag in Sector 3. I presume that's someone going slow before they start their lap. I'm not really sure. Hilker's the stream, so I'm not sure who he's riding on board with. But so that makes it a bit difficult if I'm commentating and I can't see.
I'm trying to be on the car, you say. So I'm now
cool.
on Indigo's car now.
Well, there's a lot of pressure on you. You're the director, apparently. You're the camera director now, Hilker, for this stream. In the actual race, I will be streaming for Div 1. So it will hopefully be a bit more simpler, but bit more simple.
As Indigo locks up, but he keeps the corner, keeps traction, keeps a good line as well. Goes quite steady through there, surprisingly.
I've noticed a lot more drivers this game are going no assists, whether it's no ABS or manual gears or no traction. Certainly a big increase from last year.
Oh yeah, 100. I think it's because the game they've made it so easy.
Yeah, it is. I'm one of those people.
It's been a lot easier to hook onto it than last game.
Indigo now coming into the final sector.
It seems like a good but steady lap. I know we can go faster. But we'll see.
He'll probably just be looking for a banker, won't he? To be honest.
Yeah.
Trying to improve on that. So Indigo goes around the final few corners and is about to come across the line and set the first time.
It's a steady 42-2. Let's see who else is on the lap.
We got Mar 5. He's on a lap.
He's invalidated his lap.
Yeah, he's invalidated. Ayrton's just started.
God's on the lap. The other Renault driver, he's on the softs.
Eval Race is also on the lap.
I'm not sure how quick he's been going throughout his lap, but he seems steady. Was a bit deep into that corner. I was on the exit of this corner. DRS on. And he's quite a way off.
Yeah,
Indigo.
we got a spin. Mar 5 attacking has spun at just before the finish line, so this is going to be an incredibly slow lap. Oh, he spun again! If there was damage, that would be him gone. As Phil Razor sets the time on 1:43.3.
Guna is coming around the last few corners on the lap.
Interestingly, Dan Murphy's still in the pits, and so is Knowles.
Has a little twitch on the exit of corner. On the best exit, goes just behind Phil Razor. Sammy's coming through the last corner, but he's invalidated, so he's going back into the pits.
Yeah.
Someone of you needs to invite Formulas 2, otherwise it's hurting the stream.
What do we need, Helga?
Invite Formulas 2.
Invite?
Yeah, Formulas 2. Again, trying.
Formulas 2. I'll try and see if I can add him. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. That might just be someone going slowly. Sector 1 and Sector 2.
Ayrton's had a very steady lap.
Well, I don't know if you just saw there, the Williams got out the way in the end, but I'm not sure if he might have cost him time or not.
Nah, I think it's too, and I guess he's going into the pits.
Yeah, he's gone back into the pits.
Jonathan Cox has invalidated his lap.
That's a shame, because that would be interesting to see what sort of time. I think he'd be right up there with Indigo. Because so far...
Worry Cloud is coming through the last three corners. He's burned out all of his ERS. Has a great exit out that last corner. And he falls a second and a bit just behind Indigo.
Yeah, so Indigo setting the pace early on, 1.1 seconds ahead of Phil Razor.
Phil Razor, quite an impressive lap on those mediums, second.
Oh, I didn't even notice it was on the mediums. That's a good spot. That is very impressive. I think he's going for another lap actually, because this looks like Oh no, he's not. He's not using any overtake. I don't think he is going for another lap. He's on 100%. And I presume, yeah, he's going into the pits. So he's just did one lap on those mediums, but as you say, it was a pretty decent effort to be 1.1 seconds off the pace on the mediums to Indigo on the softs. Mar 5 attacking starts his lap. YouTube Nova in the final sector now. What can he do? He's very shaky through there. I'm up to the final chicane. And he's in the pits. He does not set a lap and he must have invalidated. A lot of invalidations at the moment. Is German going to set a lap, or pretty much everyone in the pits at this point, or just finished a lap? Yep, German's going in. So, as everyone comes into the pits, I think Worry Cloud is another one who'll be heading in. Mar 5 attacking, is he on another lap? Desperately searching for people on laps. Well, Jonathan Cox is actually back out, he's on his out lap. We've got Knowlesy on an out lap, ALR Sammy, Dan Murphy, so this is when it's going to get interesting and we're going to see, I presume, that leaderboard shake up a bit. Knowlesy starting his lap. Mar 5 attacking is backed off there. He's run out of fuel, in fact, I think. So let's ride on board with Knowlesy at the moment as he goes through Eau Rouge and then Radion and onto this DRS straight, prime overtaking spot at this track. And let's see what he can do. Goes into Sector 2. Now this is such a difficult corner, I personally find it. I don't know about other people, especially with no ABS. It's so easy to lock up here with no ABS, but Knowlesy seems to have done well. He hasn't locked up anyway, so bit of a wobble through there. Oh, and he's backing off, I think, is he?
Invalidated.
Yeah, he's back. Yeah, he invalidated and he had a wobble. He'll be frustrated with that. So meanwhile, let's go to Dan Murphy. Someone gets well out his way. Dan Murphy in that AlphaTauri, and I tell you what, I really like that AlphaTauri this year. I wasn't a big fan of like it being like looking amazing like everyone else was, but the sound of it when you drive that car in multiplayer anyway, I really like that Honda engine on it. Just sounds good, in my opinion. Bit of a slide the back end, but he's carried it round well. He ends Sector 2. Also worth noting that he's on the softs. The only one on the medium so far is Phil Razor, and he's invalidated as well. We're having so many invalidations here. And it's that same spot that seems to keep on happening. So we're going to go to ALR Sammy. Will he invalidate? He's coming up to the spot where everyone seems to be doing it. Can he manage to at least get a time on the board? We will see. That looked like it could have been a possible invalidation, but I'm not 100% sure.
Valid.
It is valid. Hilker's like our trackside steward at the moment, helping me out with these little comments, but that is appreciated because I'm not very good at telling these things, not gonna lie. So if this is a valid lap, let's see what it is. ALR Sammy crosses the line, and it's a 1:43.9 on the softs. So far only 6 time laps. Mar 5 attacking's on an out lap, and I think Ayrton is on a lap. We've also got YouTube Nova and Mumford Plays and German also on laps. See who's furthest ahead at the moment in terms of on track. I do believe it's YouTube Nova. Well, technically Mumford, we're going to stick on board with YouTube Nova because he's one of the quicker drivers, I'd say, in this lobby who hasn't set a time. Now, I don't think he's invalidated, so he is going to be, should be the 7th driver to put a time in. There's only 5 minutes left of qualifying, and we've only had 6 times, about to be 7, on the board, which is really shows you the amount of invalidation that's going on. Quite interesting, really. So Renault in front there, I think that's off Mar 5 attacking, who's about to start his lap. Here's YouTube Nova, DRS open, and across the line, and it's a 142.7. He becomes the 2nd person to break into the 142s.
That was quite a good lap from Nova.
Yeah, it looks solid. Looks really solid.
Looked quite neat and tidy. Is there anyone else on the lap right now?
The
track's pretty quiet. Everyone's on out laps.
Gurman's on a lap.
God's just invalidated his lap.
Well, I tell you what, at this point, you might as well, no matter how slow your lap is. Oh, big lock up there from Gurman. But it's, as I said, it's so easy to do that. Oh, and he spun it.
Lost it.
Oh my word, yeah.
Shows you how tough it is around here to actually set a competitive lap. Everyone's making a whole lot of mistakes, as you can see from the 7 times. And
yeah, it's not just that. Yeah, he's overheated the tyres. It's not just the invalidations, as you can see. It's that corner there, that sequence of corners is horrible.
Rory Cloud has a purple middle sector.
Oh, well, this will be one to watch. He's currently in 4th with a 143.5.
Let's see how we can improve on his time.
Well, that purple middle sector means like we should be seeing at least a lap in the 142s. Can he beat Indigo's time and be the 3rd person to break into the 142s?
No, he doesn't, and he doesn't even improve on his lap, or does he?
I couldn't see if that was in and the time didn't come up, but yeah, he lost the rear. I'd be very surprised if he continued to do a lap there.
Which one?
Gurman spun. He's now in the pits. Knowlesy's back out again. Ayrton's coming into the pits. There's not long left to go, and remember this is a long track, so in terms of track time, so you can't leave it too late.
Invalidates his time.
Oof. Is he? He's not surely
trying to take all the limits, as many limits as possible.
He might just be able to get in.
I don't think he's going to be able to make it. It'll be a miracle, stroke of miracle and genius for him to make another time. But there's still a lot of time to come in, out again.
Yeah, how long is it, do you reckon? Like, because obviously you're holding the pits and stuff. It's at least 30 or 40 seconds. I think you need to leave your
box at 2 minutes. So I doubt he's going to make it. I think that's the end of Knowles' qualifying.
Disappointing for him, but he's still got the race ahead. We've got Gods in the final sector. And I believe he's the furthest one ahead. Jonathan Cox.
He looks like
in sector 3.
Rory Cloud slows down. Is he coming into the pits as well? It seems like no one really wants to set a lap anymore.
Well, Jonathan Cox is on a lap. He's just finished the first sector with a 30 point. I can see what actually that.
Mar 5 attacking. He's had a purple middle sector according to the game.
Sometimes it does glitch though and tell you purple middle when it's not.
Well.
Of course, yeah, but I've got very excited before when I've got a purple middle and it's turned out to be the game just completely trolling me. It's very, very upsetting. He's definitely invalidated then, surely. Yeah.
Taking too much of that final.
Back on board with Jonathan Cox then. This is where he invalidated last time. Just coming up to the corner where he did anyway. He just needs to set a lap. Because knowing him, it will probably be quick. That's valid.
And again, the game says he has a purple middle sector.
Well, this actually might be true. Either way, it's a valid lap, so he just needs to put a time on the board at the moment. We're into the final 50 seconds of this qualifying session.
I can see him putting himself second or even grabbing pole.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone can, it's certainly Jonathan Cox.
He keeps it. Gets nice traction out of the last corner.
Mile 5 attacking retires from the session, and
Jonathan Cox
Jonathan
goes
Cox.
Race into
Wow.
the first, our first driver into the 41s.
Yep. Well, who else is on a lap? Phil Razor. Indigo is on another lap. He's just started his final lap. We've also got Phil Razor. I'm just thinking about challenges of pole. So I guess Indigo is a threat. Phil Razor. Dan Murphy, if he can get
to
a
be fair, we can't
clean
really
lap
count
in.
anyone out. You never know.
Well, yeah, and also new game. We're not. I mean, I'm not sure about some of these guys' pace this year. I know from last year. And of course, there's some new guys in there as well.
Guna goes off track, and I think he's backing out of his lap because he slowed down significantly, and he's 4 seconds down this time.
YouTube Nova has rejoined.
I think Dan Murphy has spun. Yep, Dan Murphy spun on the fast
Oh
left-hander.
wow! So that's well. To be honest, it's worth him. It's worth him setting a time here, because if he hasn't invalidated, it's worth him setting a time, because if he set a time right now, he'd put him 9th. So.
But would you want to start on those?
Yeah, that's a good point. It might be worth just aborting that.
Phil Race is coming up to the last few corners. There's a little train with Phil Race and Sammy. Obviously, Phil Race is going to be the first one to come through these last few corners.
Yep, and then straight after we got now from Mayo.
Last corner.
Oh, second place.
Second.
Yeah, that was very good.
And Sammy goes up into 6th.
Breaks into the 142s.
Seems like the track is ramping up. Is Dan Murphy going to set his time? No.
Indigo is the only one really. Well, we got Ayrton and Knowlesy also on laps. We're going to be on board with Indigo as he comes around to the final chicane. Let's see what time he can do. Obviously, he was on provisional pole. He was on provisional pole.
And
he doesn't get there. He can't break into the 142 ones. And
we still have Ayrton and Knowlesy on laps. Ayrton's
is German also? German, is he on a lap or is he invalidated? I'm not sure.
German's invalidated his lap, so I'm pretty sure the only one left in the running is Knowlesy now.
So yeah, now it all comes down to Knowlesy to see if he can grab pole. Indigo very close, less than 2/10 off the pole sitter in Jonathan Cox with a 142.1, and of course that pole time of 141.98 is the time to beat. Knowlesy comes into the final sector. That Ferrari got out the way, well out the way. Sometimes can be just a bit distracting either way, though. It can mess up your lap time. It's quite easy to do, but it looks solid, certainly through that final sector. It's only good enough for 4th. So that's it. We got YouTube Nova on an outlap, but he hasn't made it to cross the line. So the grid is Jonathan Cox is the pole sitter, Indigo 2nd, Phil Razor 3rd, Knowlesy 4th, Mumford 5th, YouTube Nova 6th, ALR Sammy 7th, Warwick Cloud 8th, Guna 9th, and Godson 10th, and then the rest haven't set a time, so we only had 10 out of the 14 drivers setting a time. And a pretty interesting qualifying session.
Yeah, we could be looking at quite an interesting race between the top 4, as they're only split by 3/10. 3/10 is not a lot during this race, especially after DRS is activated, so I'm guessing Jonathan Cox is just going to try to turn it up and escape everyone right from the start.
Well, also, of course, damage is off, but I think you can still have safety cars with damage off, can't you?
Yeah, we can, especially if there's an extended yellow flag.
And this game loves a safety car, so
yeah.
You got to think as well. People like Dan Murphy, who's still in it for the race, because he's going to obviously have the choice of tyres, the fresh tyres, and we know how good his race place is. I don't know if it's just to me, Pease, but it's glitched and it's got Kimi Raikkonen, Grosjean, Perez, Stroll, Magnussen, and Russell suddenly appearing to fill out the top 20.
I see that too.
I hope they won't be joining us for the race.
I think Nova is still setting a lap time, guys.
Nah, he didn't make it.
Oh yeah, I know.
He was sitting out lap.
He looked good. He looked quick. He looked quick.
Well, yeah, he had to do a quick outlap to have any chance of getting there, but he didn't. And yeah, that's qualifying done.
I did see Nova's outlap time, and it was a 42.7. So
wow, that's unreal. That's incredible. So that would have been good enough to put him 6th, 7th, depending on what way that 42 was, the high 7s or low 7s. And yeah, so 4 people not setting a time. This track is good for overtakes, which is why we chose it as well for the Eval race, because it can really showcase some excellent racing. So there's that to look forward to. Hopefully we see a good race.
Listen, what I've learned is don't keep your eye off Dan Murphy.
Absolutely.
Time and time again, he's proven that he can come from the back. Like how he won his championship. He started, 15th, 16th in that last race of the season and finished second.
Oh, yeah, but I thought he'd lost that because at one point I was behind him and he was stuck behind, I can't remember who it was in front, I think it may be Kingen or someone. But anyway, he was stuck behind them for ages and still managed to win that. It was incredible last season, end of season race.
Yeah, 100%. So we can never count anyone out of this. You never know.
Where did he finish in that piece?
In the wall.
Hilker actually got murdered, I think, in that race as well.
Thank you for the reminder.
Oh, cool.
Which one?
Brazil.
Oh,
VIL.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got murdered by Andreas.
Oh yeah, and Brandon also. Yeah, Brandon was on the commentary, wasn't he? And yeah, I actually got sick that race.
Andreas just went like into the wall and just thought, let's hit him.
Well, there is a formation lap on. I actually did remember that, which is good for me. So I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back.
As Mumford is quite. Do we have a glitch session?
No, it doesn't look like it. Everyone's going.
Jamie,
no one's.
Indigo's,
Someone's not starting.
Indigo hasn't started. Do we have a problem with Indigo?
Oh, he's started now. No, he's started now. I think he was just asleep or something because he's started now. That is going to be an interesting formation lap tactic. I guess it would mean that everyone else would have colder tyres where you got by, but I don't believe he'd deliberately do that, especially in an eval race. But yeah, so to run down the grid one more time, Formula 2 has joined us for the race, so you actually have 15 runners. Of course, he missed qualifying. We have Jonathan Cox in first, Indigo in second, although he's well at the back because he didn't start the formation lap for ages. Phil Razor third, Knowlesy fourth. We got a disqualification from the formation lap. Mumford in fifth, Nova sixth, Sammy seventh, Warwick Cloud eighth, Guna in ninth, Gods in 10th. And then for the final places, we have Mar attacking in 11th, Ayrton 12th, Dan Murphy, the defending VIL champion, in 13th, German in 14th, and Formula Stu in 15th.
So, Robbie, who have you got your money on?
Well, I mean, you can never discount Dan Murphy, but personally I think... Well, I mean, I think it will be an interesting battle between Jonathan Cox and Indigo, but if Indigo does get bogged down, or it's quite easy to turn it up and sort of, once you're out of the DRS zone around Belgium, turn everything up. I think it's all about the start, to be honest, because, that is cool. I haven't seen that graphic before, the predicted pit stop strategy. That is really cool. But, yeah, I'm not very professional, am I? But, yeah, Jonathan Cox, for me, has got to be the favourite on pole. I think he won the other Eval race as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I believe he left the field as Lee, Andreas, and the Young Lights were actually in a battle throughout the whole race.
Sammy has a glitched. Has glitched. He has 100% tired, he said.
Oh god, well hopefully that resets. Oh my god. Hopefully that resets, because if not, that's going to be horrible for him. 100% tyre wear. As the grid, as the grid lines up. I guess the hope is that, unlike the other race where Jonathan Cox maybe ran away with it, is that you have got Indigo, he was less than 2/10 off Jonathan Cox in qualifying. And there is a delay for this, but it's lights out, and away we go. Is that a jump start, or is just only one person started?
I think we have a glitch session. Yeah, we do.
Knowlesy's got a drive through. Everyone else has got away.
Indigo has a drive, but Mumford got a crazy start. So I'm guessing that there was a glitch, and he got the lights earlier than anybody else. I don't know
what's happened at the back there as well. There's contact. There's a Renault round. Indigo's retired from the session. Do you think that was a rage? I'm guessing. I mean, there's. Oh, who's going slowly? Oh my goodness, there's 2 Ferraris. Jonathan Cox. What has happened to him? He's got involved in a crash there. This is absolute chaos.
It must be a restart.
I think we might have to restart.
We might have to restart because I think the lights went out at different times.
Yeah, it seemed to because someone.
Everyone was stuck on the grid.
I'm guessing that we are going to have to do a restart. Everyone's racing as if it is almost. Some people going very slowly. Sammy is reporting that 100% issue, and we're going to see what people are saying. Indigo was typing something a minute ago.
Sammy's off. Sammy's been taken out. Jonathan Cox is also backwards.
Yeah, Jonathan Cox also got involved in something at the start of the race, and this is absolute chaos. Mumford said his internet's gone. We will ask people, there's a restart in order, because this is crazy. Knowlesy leads, but he got a jump start. Phil Razor's just made a move on Mumford, but he's disconnected. Warry Clown in 4th. I do hope, actually, that we do restart, because I'm sort of commentating in a way that I'm not really sure if this matters, so... Because there was absolute chaos in opening lap as YouTube Nova gets past Formula Stu with a good dive bomb, actually.
Jeez.
Dan Murphy up to 10th.
On the grass. You know, him and Sammy have had a problem.
Dan Murphy's up to 10th, and he's actually ahead of Jonathan Cox now, so... Phil Razor, Knowlesy is in first, but it did say he had a drive-through. I'm not sure, maybe that was a glitch, or...
I think we should make a new lobby and just invite everyone so they get the message, because this can't work, and especially since some people will be happier than others.
Yeah, well...
Won't be as happy.
Yeah, this is, God, there's been quite a lot of, with them and the ALR race as well. We had an aborted start. As Warry Cloud gets a 3-second time penalty. Knowlesy, 6/10 of Phil Razor. We're just waiting for... I just want to make sure that everyone's okay with a restart. I'm surprised there aren't more people in there demanding it. Everyone seems to be getting on with it.
Yep.
Jonathan Cox has spun again. As Gods gets past the disconnected driver of Mumford.
I think it's time we just restart the race here.
Yeah, restart.
I think it's going to have to be a restart because
just leave the game. Just leave the game.
Just leave the lobby.
Difficult decision, but it needs to.
Yeah, I agree. As Knowlesy and Phil Razor, I think they had a bit of contact there because Phil Razor's gone down to second. Will everyone be checking their phones though?
Maybe if they see the admins leave the lobby, they'll get the message.
Yeah, I've left the lobby now. Right, so I will set up a new lobby. I'm really confused to what happened there. F1 seems to be like that at the moment in terms of
Seems like
online lobbies.
Phil Razor left.
Yeah, everyone. We'll get this new lobby done.
Yeah.
And we'll restart because it's more than necessary now.
Yeah. Do you have the grid? Actually, if you look on Hilker's stream or something, the grid will be there.
Yeah.
So I'll obviously need to do custom grid.
We need to get
And everyone
as quick as possible.
Yep. And everyone obviously will have to run their lap tyres. People should get the message as well. Oh my god, we got Tavis in the We got Tavis in the stream.
Yeah.
But unless he wants to be a co-comment.
Yeah, but yeah, don't know.
What? Wait, what's this?
We're
It's for
live
the Eval Race.
with Eval Race.
Oh, are you the one
Although
that
we
goes
just
on
had a glitch.
commentating?
Yeah. Although we've had a glitch, which isn't great. Not the ideal
Oh, is
stuff.
this a VIL one?
Yeah, it's a VIL Eval Race. And shock horror.
Wait, has
the
it
one
already
that I
started?
host is glitched. It did. quickly. Well, qualifying was fine, to be honest, but yeah, we're gonna. You feel free to race in it. You'll be starting 16th. You'll be starting 16th. I just got to set up the lobby again. Just make sure everything's. We don't need quali. No, starting grid. Custom. Official. Should we bother with another formation lap?
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise
No.
it's unfair. Okay, lobby set up. Let's invite everyone again. For goodness sake. Indigo, Tanis. Just make sure we got everyone. Two P's. That's everyone on my friends list, I think. But that's only 10 out of 16 drivers, I think, that I have on my friends list.
Adam left now. He's seeing it now. Goodman left. Only Worried
loads
Cloud.
of people are joining.
Worried Cloud, invite him. Worried Cloud 777.
Do I have him as a friend? No, I don't have Warrior Cloud as a friend.
Okay, we'll join now then.
We need to invite. Who else do we need? That I'm not friends with. Formula Stu needs an invite, obviously. Yeah, that's a good idea. Please ask them because.
On.
And
okay.
then I need one of you to read out the grid so I can customize it. Doesn't really matter.
We missed one. I am still a driver. No, now we have everyone.
Okay, yeah. Let
No,
me just customize.
no, we missed another one.
Oh,
You're not spectating now. You're missing.
Yeah,
We're missing one.
because no, but I was spectating a second ago. I need to do the. Can someone give me the grid when everyone's in?
Everyone is in now.
Is everyone?
No,
Okay, can you give me?
No, not everyone's in because we had 15.
Yeah, but we have 15, and now it's if
But Tavis has joined.
yeah, if Mass is going to spectator, he is 15th person. Mass, go to spectator.
No, I can't because then I can't edit the grid. I can't because then
No,
I can't.
Freak's sake. Yeah, what?
My point is, there was 15 drivers before Tavis joined, so there should be 16.
Oh yeah, true. Who are missing? I don't know if I can do it straight away with this. No, I don't think so. Nope. That's the thing about thingy.
So everyone then.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe. Got something.
I'll just
I've
put
got
in a
something.
message.
Yeah, I've got something. Got something. You have Ayrton? Do you have him?
Oh yeah, we don't have Ayrton. You need to invite. Oh no, Ayrton's in. No, Ayrton's in. Ayrton's
Do you have gods?
in. Tell me the grid and I'll know.
Jonathan P1.
Yeah, Jonathan P1. Okay, hang on.
Indigo P2. Phil Razor P3. Nullacy P4. Mumford P5.
Yep.
YouTube Nova P6.
Okay.
Eval Race P7. Worried Cloud. I think Worried Cloud is not in there yet.
We're missing
No.
Worried Cloud.
Yeah. Inviting him now. So invite sent. Then after Worried Cloud is Capcuna.
Okay.
After that is Gods.
Hang on. Guna, Gods. Yep.
Mar 5 attacking.
Mhm. Yep.
Oh, sorry. Ayrton.
Mhm.
Dan Murphy.
Yep.
Gurnman.
Yep.
Und Formula Stu.
Yeah, and then Tavis.
Yeah, and
Yep.
then yeah, him.
I was just waiting on Worried Cloud because I've got the whole grid here ready to do. When should we give them to?
In a minute, because I've added him multiple times. And
But it's okay if he doesn't join because you know it can happening like this. Yeah. Robbie, spectator,
I'm gonna say
please.
ready.
No,
Yeah,
not yet, just for 30 seconds.
People are getting impatient.
Just let everyone tag him.
I can't go out. I can't go to spectator till I've done the grid, and I can't complete the grid until I know if we're going without Worried Cloud. Because if we're without Worried Cloud, the grid's done.
There's no start. There's no Worried Cloud. Let's get going.
Alright. Confirm changes.
I'm gonna add everyone and tell them to ready up. Oh, they're already on it.
Yeah, they were in phase. Well, I don't blame them, to be fair. That's really annoying how that happened, but I guess got to get hyped again for another restart, and at least we have Tavis here, so... Well, we can speak to a driver. That's quite incredible, actually.
Sorry, I have him muted.
Oh yeah, Hillcaz are muted. Yeah. Oh, that'd be quite cool. We could do like a driver interview, like Tavis, how are you doing? You're like, oh, I'm in the wall. I'm in the wall right now. I'm not doing great.
Mumford is in the chat. Mumford is in the chat. By the way, Robbie,
Why have you put this on?
It's good to have your if the stream open so you can react to everyone.
So is the stream on again? What do you mean?
Yeah, I didn't change it.
Oh no, but you said something about the stream is open.
Stream in the middle.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But you said the stream is open. What are you on about?
No, it's like put chat open so you can talk to everyone.
Oh yeah, no, I did for the other one. Yeah. That's such a lie. You struggle about DRS. Right, we get ready to do formation. And
oh yeah, top 10, same tyre.
Yep. Oh yeah, should have. No one was on the mediums, was there? Right.
All of the top 10.
Yeah.
One soft. But to be fair, a soft medium is possible, so I don't think you need to go on to.
Of course, yeah.
Unless you want to reverse strategy.
We'll do the race rundown again because we've got someone new here for the formation lap. So Jonathan Cox, with that great pole time, leads the way. Indigo in second. This time does start the formation lap, so that's an improvement. Oh, and he spun. He spun on the formation lap. Is he doing the Toby tactic, I wonder? Phil Razor third. Knowlesy fourth. Mumford fifth. YouTube Nova sixth. ALR Summy 7th, Guna 8th, Gods 9th, Mar5 attacking 10th, then we have Ayrton in 11th, Dan Murphy 12th, Gurman in 13th, Formnistu 14th, and then the legend himself, Tavis, who's dropped quite far back on this formation lap, actually. Well, it's going to sound really weird if I reply to you, Tavis, because I don't think anyone can hear you. So I'm probably going to have to ignore you in terms of, yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean, there's not much to talk about because we already did the race predictions and everything, didn't we, for the last race.
Everyone's going to be on fresh tyres, so it might change that. Some people might have worn their tyres a bit more than others.
Yeah, that is true. Maybe it gives Dan Murphy and those outside the top 10 less of an advantage.
Yep, and so it's going to make those soft runners go a bit longer than they usually would, as we've somehow got a Ferrari 1-2, even though the second Ferrari starting in 6th position.
Yeah, well, of course, but Indigo spun. Yeah, but that still doesn't make sense when he's that far up, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if we look at the tyres. Why is it giving me tyres?
Everyone except for Dan, Gurnman and Stu. Everyone else is on softs.
Interesting that Tavis and Ayrton didn't go for the mediums, but you can easily do a soft medium around here, as you say. So
I'm going to have to ask you again. Who's your favourite to win this race?
Well, I mean, that has shaken stuff up a bit, I guess. I'm going to stick with Jonathan Cox, though, and pretend like the whole debacle, the aborted start, never happened, and I'm just going to stick with Jonathan Cox. But I don't think he'll run away with it. I think Indigo will give him a good run for his money, and I think we'll still see Dan Murphy, if he stays out of incidents, having a strong race in the end, I think, and certainly getting a high position, maybe even the race win, because it is, you know what Dan's like. And here we go again. Can we have a start that's not aborted, please? It's a weird intro, I know, to a race, but it's lights out, and there's the usual delay. And away we go. 5-second delay there. They even said on the interval, Jonathan Cox has a decent start.
Indigo's had a
Oh, we
great
got a Red Bull
start.
going in the middle. And Phil Razor has moved up to second. We also have, a lot of people going wide there. We have some mad position changes. Ayrton's up to 6th place. He's gained 5 positions. YouTube Nova, though, is just past him. And oh my God, we're going to see 2 wide up a Rouge. Well, someone's got on the grass there. It is Ayrton. And as we cycle through the grid, so much chaos. There's contact there with an AlphaTauri. Big crash. Oh my word! Huge crash. Dan Murphy caught up in that. No, he's managed to get away from that. Sorry, is he battling with Tavis there, the VIL champion and possibly the future VIL champion in TJ Furface? And they're going side by side, but I think TJ Furface has given up the position. I'm not really sure what happened in that crash there, but it was Mar5 attacking. Ayrton had made an amazing start. He went up to 5th. And then there was a big incident. Do you have any idea what really happened there?
No, I just saw out the exit of Radion about 4 or 5 cars wide. So I just assumed something was going to happen anyway.
Yeah, I mean, and then we had first 2 going up a Rouge, and then, yeah, when you have 5 wide, it's just asking for trouble. As we look at the big winners from the first lap, we have Jonathan Cox obviously staying first, Phil Razor up by 1 position. We've got a yellow flag. Tavis is in the wall, or TJ Furface as I should say, and it looks like he's had a spin. Dan Murphy in 12th.
He got caught up in that.
Yeah, he did get caught up in that, and I said he had to really avoid incidents if he's going to have a chance after that qualifying session where he failed to do a time. Well, Gurman's up 4 places, Formula Stu also up 4 places, they're in 9th and 10th respectively. Nova up 1 place in 5th, Knowlesy 4th, Indigo down a position, but he's looking to make a move on Phil Razor's. Jonathan Cox has pulled out 1.5 second lead, and here we go, Indigo looking for a move on Phil Razor. We also have Knowlesy up in there, and the slipstream round here is crazy. We don't even have DRS now. Is it going to be 3 wide? Not sure if there's the room. But so far, Indigo and Phil Razor side by side. I don't think Knowlesy's going to have the room. And a little bit of wheel banging, but Phil Razor keeps the position.
Keeps the position. Interesting.
And there's been some good racing so far. Oh, and Sammy nearly lost it there out the curb. He managed to hold it quite well. He's in 6th.
And with all this time, Indigo and Knowlesy are stuck behind Phil Razor. Jonathan Cox is just stretching out his legs even more.
Yeah, Phil Razor making that move early on in the first corner has definitely benefited Jonathan Cox because the gap is nearly 2 seconds now. And that is so crucial around here because slipstream and DRS are so powerful. Of course, we have TJ Furface now, who's in last position. He's gone very wide at the final corner. That is a difficult corner. And, yeah, he's gone very wide. And he's now 11.5 seconds behind 14th places. Ayrton. I feel quite sorry for Ayrton because he got caught up in that. He might have, I don't know if he was the cause of the crash or whatever, but either way, he was doing really well. He got up into 6th. He gained 5 positions on the opening lap. And then that incident happened. We'll have to hear what happened. I'm sure we will after this race. And I don't know what's happened, but the lead has come down dramatically between Jonathan Cox and Phil Razor.
It's like Phil Razor's heard our calls and he's turned it all up and he's going on a charge because he's cut out a whole second out of Jonathan Cox that last lap.
Jonathan Cox must have had a moment, surely, with that much.
Covered a second from Indigo as well, so I think Phil Razor's just turned it all on.
DRS available this lap, and he's going to have DRS. We also have Knowlesy getting DRS and YouTube Nova having DRS. There's a big train here. Phil Razor, though, going for the lead. He's too far back. Knowlesy, looks like everyone's just a bit too far back to make any moves.
Gurman going down the inside of Gunnar.
Oh, bit of a wheel bang.
He's going to try and hold it on the outside to get the inside line. He does it on those medium tyres.
That was well done there from Gurman there, because there was a bit of wheel banging, but he recomposed himself and did very well in that position. That's him up 5 places now, into P8. Well, Dan Murphy's managed to make his way up to 11th now, actually. Yeah, and he's right behind Formula Stu. Jonathan Cox getting a 3-second time penalty, and with the gap being 1.2 at the moment, that could be significant. We've got a yellow flag. It's ALR Sammy. What's happened to him? He's in the gravel, and ALR Sammy's off. I'm not sure if there was contact or he's just lost it. but it looks like a significant off, and ALR Sammy was running in about P6, I believe, at the time when that happened. Jonathan Cox has managed to get Phil Razor out of his DRS, but he has got that 3-second time penalty quite early on, but of course a long way to go. Indigo just not in the DRS of Phil Razor. Knowlesy staying in the 1 second margin.
As Dan Murphy sends it down Stu's inside and takes the position.
That was an unbelievable... Well, he's a man on a mission, and we've seen him do these sort of drives before where you think he's out of it. We didn't think from qualifying he was out of it, but after that crash, you know, it would have been reasonable to assume he would have been potentially out of it. But now, in P9, he's making a charge up the field, and he will have DRS here.
And it seems
Meanwhile,
like
at the front...
It seems like those on the medium tyres are having a better race, because Stu, Dan, German have all gained some places.
Yeah, they're the big
going
winners.
Up. Maybe that's the race tyre.
And Dan
Murphy's
Murphy
already dispatched of Gunnar, but Gunnar's not going to give up. Yeah, he does.
P8 already, and there's a yellow flag in Sector 3. That is... I'm not even sure who that was, we didn't see it in time. I'm hearing from very reliable sources that it was TJ Furface. So, not been a great race for him, but he's 8 seconds back from 14th place, but there's still a long way to go.
And it seems like the race has gone back to how it was a couple laps ago. Is that Phil Razor's the cork in the bottle for Indigo, Knowlesy, Nova. Seems that they were raring to go. They're all within a second of each other.
Yeah, it's that DRS train effect, and that's when it's really difficult to overtake, when everyone's got DRS. Jonathan Cox has got another 3-second time penalty. That's 6 seconds already he's racked up. And that means that Phil Razor is currently net leader of this race, but of course, a long way to go. But so far, yeah, we've got a couple of people have got penalties. Gunnar also got a 3-second. But yeah, not great for Jonathan Cox to get that many penalties this early, don't you think? As I'm aired by my co-commentator.
Sorry, I was just looking at other parts of the track. Yeah, it seems quite early, 5 laps, and he's already got 6 seconds worth of penalties.
Well, I tell you what, Indigo is a lot closer to Phil Razor than he has been. This has definitely been the closest he's been.
God's lost it on the start-finish straight.
TJ Furface also getting a 3-second time penalty. Indigo, the closest he's ever been to Phil Razor in this race so far. This is going to be a golden chance for him to overtake. He really needs to dispatch Phil Razor if he wants a chance of winning this race, especially with Jonathan Cox getting those 6 seconds. He's going round the outside. That is some move. That is some move by Indigo. And fair play to Phil Razor for giving him the space there. And that's him up into second, and that's really crucial for the battle to win this race.
And as you can see, now we can see whether Phil Razor was the cork in the bottle. Let's see if Indigo can catch up to Jonathan Cox. Or maybe Phil Razor comes back at Indigo.
Yeah, don't rule him out. He's still staying within a tenth of him. Literally stuck to the back of that car almost through those sweeping corners. There's another yellow flag. It's in Sector 1. And it is TJ Furface. Not sure how he's lost it there. Maybe gone wide and lost traction. But Indigo's got a 3-second time penalty. And that is good news for Jonathan Cox. Because although Jonathan Cox has 6 seconds worth, that 3-second might... I mean, the gap's 2.1. It could... Jonathan Cox is actually extending it as we speak. So that could be significant, that penalty. Meanwhile, Phil Razor's sticking to him still. Really showing that maybe... I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe he's turned everything up again and he was saving at the start. So we had another penalty there. I couldn't quite see who that was for.
So, you know, this little group has left Nova. Nova slightly falling off the pace of this little trio of Indigo, Razor and Knowlesy.
Yep. It looks like it's going to be a 3-way battle for this second place at the moment. As you say, Nova. Nova's got a decent lead on Mumford, so he's sort of in a bit of no man's land at the moment, Nova. But he'll be comfortable with that position of P5.
But we're beginning to see the sort of medium tyres kick in, because German and Dan Murphy are both catching up to the back of Mumford on those soft tyres.
Exactly. And oh my goodness, Phil Razor and Knowlesy was gaining on him loads. Phil Razor has got a 3-second time penalty. God's saying in the chat that he forgot his setup as he goes into the pits. ALR Sammy with a 3-second time penalty. They will be a factor. Also interesting to note, the biggest winners, as you say, the medium tyres. German has gained 6 positions, Dan Murphy 4, Formula Stu 5. Looks like we're going to be spending most of the race focusing on this battle though, because these guys seem to not be able to pull away from each other at the moment.
Absolutely.
And as we go into the final sector, gap staying around just over half a second. And don't rule Nosey out of this either, because he's consistently putting in a decent pace and he's staying within this second. And, you know, who knows, he might be saving and ready going, and if Phil Razor and Indigo collide or whatever, he's still got a good shot.
Whoa. Gurman's had a mistake and Dan Murphy's gone past him. I just saw Gurman way off the track.
Yeah, that, and considering the gap, you have to say that was definitely a mistake from Gurman. He was going well, and what's happened to Jonathan Cox? He's lost it!
He's lost it into the last corner.
He was leading by quite a significant margin. He's pulling it out. It was a few seconds, and now he's down in 6th position. 7th now as Dan Murphy gets past him. And that means Phil Razor leads the race, and these two are level on penalties, so this is for position. Indigo is so close to the back of him. He must be getting a lot of that dirty air, but the slipstream he will be getting is incredible. And surely there will be no defence whatsoever as we see TJ Furface about to get lapped as this battle goes on. And Indigo, they're going so close side by side. Bit of wheel banging maybe.
Keeps it, he stays on the inside, but Indigo's too far.
And that is... That, he loves that outside, doesn't he, Indigo? Because he made that same move earlier on.
As he locks up heavily.
Yeah, I'm horrific at that corner as well when it comes to lock-ups.
Yep.
So, no judgment there.
Nosey's just been a bit of a passenger in this train. He's just been sitting behind, watching everything happen. But he's keeping with them.
Phil has some support in the chat, guys. You can't handle the Phil.
We also have 3 people that have pitted so far. Gernman's pitted after that little off he had. Gods has pitted, and Ayrton has pitted. Let's see, they've gone... Well, Gods has gone onto the hard tyre, Ayrton onto the medium, and Gurman has gone onto the soft. So he's going to go, surely a 2-stop there from Gurman, because he started on the mediums.
I think
Formula 2 gets a 3-second time penalty.
Dan Murphy's got past Mumford somewhere, and we haven't noticed, but surely...
He just keeps making places. He's going to be a Carlos Sainz of this race.
We're going to see Jonathan Cox in the pits.
Murphy overtook
Nova also
Mumford
in the pits.
Last lap.
Yeah, Jonathan Cox pits due to his spin. He's got worn tyres. He's going to try to get an undercut on a few people.
Nova's also pitting, as I said.
Double stack.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, double stack. That was going to hurt Jonathan Cox. That's going to hurt him.
Big time.
Oh, and the frustration after that spin, after having such a good start to the race. That's unbelievably frustrating for him. And yeah, Dan Murphy now in P4. He really is having what I call a Carlos Sainz race.
Down Indigo's
we're not
inside.
Focusing on him much.
And Phil Razor takes the lead back again.
Oh my word, yeah. It wasn't even... I was focusing out, just saying about how Dan Murphy wasn't getting much screen time, but, well, this is the main reason why. It's these 3. So I'm missing all of Dan's overtakes, but there, I just missed the overtake of Indigo on Phil Razor. Luckily, P's there. It's a lot easier when you got the co-commentator. Spotted it. And Gods has got past ALR Sammy on the hard tyre.
It seems like Dan Murphy, he's only 6 seconds behind the leader, 6-7 seconds behind the leaders on those medium tyres. When he comes on those softs, he's going to be on fire. He's going to be
He's in for a chance of a race win here, and I think he senses that.
So.
And especially with this battle going on at the front, it's brilliant that we're seeing that no one's really pulling away.
And
because
he's constantly cutting time out of them.
Yeah, we're just seeing that delta go down and down.
So I'm guessing those softs are falling off, and I won't be surprised if Indigo, Phil, and Nosey all pit this lap, because...
Who's going to go for the undercut? Who's going to go for the undercut? Are we going to see them, as you say, all pit for the same time? We're about to see ALR Sammy gets another 3-second time penalty.
Phil
they
pits,
are
Indigo
all going.
Pits, Nosey pit, everyone pits.
All of them are going in the pits. Now, of course, they're all different teams, so there's not going to be the issue of the undercut, like what happened with Jonathan Cox, who is worth noting is in 10th.
Dan Murphy is our new race leader.
Oh, and TJ Furface race goes from bad to worse. He's sped in the pit lane. But yeah, what a race from Dan Murphy. I mean, at the start, you'd think he was completely out of it after that crash. And there he is leading the race. He's on the mediums. When do you reckon his pit... Well, actually, when do you reckon his pit window will be? Usually...
11, 10, 11, 12, around those times.
Well, he's got a 7.6 second lead to Formula 2. He can now turn everything up. and start putting in some good lap times. There's a yellow flag, and it's because Gods has spun.
No,
He's
Gods got
spun it.
taken out by Sammy.
Oh, it was apparently contact. But yeah, I just went to Gods and I saw he was spun round. So apparently contact there between Sammy and Gods. That's not good to see. Jonathan Cox
gets past Mumford.
And Mumford's trying to get back at him, but he can't. And Jonathan Cox will be, I imagine, quite angry, but maybe that will motivate him to be even quicker. We'll have to see.
Eval Race is really chopping time out of those old medium runners, taking second after second on them.
Yep, and Formula Stu is the only one between him and Dan Murphy. Of course, Phil Razor technically still net P1 because Dan Murphy hasn't pit, but there is a yellow flag.
McLaren Gunman's round. I think he's lost it on the inside curve.
He was having a good race, but then obviously he pitted to those soft tyres, and someone else has gone around. I think that's TJ Furface, actually, the lap car. I'm not sure if he saw Gunman and got a bit scared or something. I'm not really sure, but TJ Furface does frighten easily, I know that. Anyway, we are 10 laps in, and that's a slide from Formula Stu as he comes into the pit. Probably the right time considering that slide. Eval Sammy gets another 3-second time penalty. He's been getting quite a lot of them.
The question is, with those softs, as we saw from Phil, Indigo, and Nolsey, at the end of that stint, those mediums will march faster, and Dan was able to cut the time out. So, is it maybe too early for Stu to come in?
Maybe, and it'll be interesting to see if the strategy from Dan Murphy, how much. And German's retired from the session. He's had enough. Disappointing for him. He had a really good start, but unfortunately didn't work out. And I think what's going to be really interesting is when Dan Murphy pits, whereabouts he's going to be. And of course, he probably will at this rate come out behind the pack, Phil Race, Indigo, Nolsey, whatever. But he will have such pace on those softs. Dan Murphy getting a 3-second time penalty. That's his first penalty. Just to remind you, the Phil Razor, Indigo, and Nolsey all have 3-second penalties.
Not much track action. The closest people on track is once again this train of Indigo, Nolsey, and Phil, but nothing much to it.
They're just hogging the screen time, aren't they?
Quite selfish of them.
We have, just to remind on the tyre situation, we currently have 3 hard runners in Gods, Mar5 attacking TJ Furface. Then in medium runners we have ALR, Sammy, Guna, Mumford, Jonathan Cox, Nova, Nolsey, Indigo, Phil Razor, and Dan Murphy. But Dan Murphy hasn't pitted yet.
Are we going to see Dan into the pits this lap? No, he's going to carry on. Trying to make sure those softs are as fresh as possible towards the end of the race.
Well, he's the only one on track who hasn't pitted yet, interestingly enough. So we have a yellow flag, and it's TJ Furface again. He's lost it at that horrible corner. Not sure if he's running no ABS, but if he was, that would be understandable. Yeah, that would be very understandable because it's so easy to lock up there. And I've done that many a times. He'll be disappointed, but either way, it's just a good outing. He was a late addition. He wasn't even intended originally to do this Eval race, but it's good to see him taking part anyway.
Yeah, good practice of the season coming.
Yeah, and of course he is on no assist. So we see Indigo 3/10 behind Phil Razor there. Nolsey's in the DRS zone, but he's not quite on the pace of Indigo and Phil Razor. There's another yellow flag, and that is TJ Furface again. His tyres will be horrifically overheated. And once again, we're sticking with Phil Razor, Indigo, and Nolsey. As you say, not really any other track action at the moment I can see from the gaps on the timing board.
But Dan Murphy's just losing time and time to those fresh medium runners. So maybe it's time for him to come in.
Yeah, surely he has to pit soon because, as you say, it's gap now down to 6.4 and it's going down all the time as Mumford gets a 3-second time penalty. He's currently running in P7. Also interesting to note that Formula Stu has done 10 laps on the softs.
No, I think that's just a glitch.
Or is that a glitch?
He started
he did pit, didn't he? And we see Dan Murphy go up to lap the disconnected car of German. Or is it disconnected Gods? I'm not sure, but... no, actually, that might just be the ghosting mechanic, ignore me. TJ Furface off again in Sector 3.
As Indigo sets the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah.
I don't know how long Dan Murphy's gonna drag on these tyres, just losing time and time. He's lost about a second in the last lap.
Yeah, it's 5.8 now. The gap is, as you say, going down fast. Indigo, not as close as he was last time round at this point. It was about 3/10 when he got to it, but either way, DRS overtake. Let's see what he can do. He's surely too far back here, and as he goes for a desperate lunge, and no, he is too far back. Ayrton gets a 3-second
Look
time
like
penalty.
Indigo has a DRS failure because he didn't use his DRS.
Possibly.
Interesting. I mean,
I-
that'd
maybe-
be very annoying around this track of all places. Peas, I think you'd have experience with a DRS failure
Don't remind me.
before. Yeah.
But luckily he's got the less painful one, as you don't want it stuck open, especially through fast corners, as I've experienced, sadly. But
Yeah, but that
Maybe.
will affect him though when in terms of catching up to Phil Razor and overtaking him. That will be
maybe-
frustrating.
maybe he just forgotten to put it on, because I've seen him deploy it quite late on the straight from before. So maybe
Maybe,
he just
yeah.
forgot it on that straight, or maybe he doesn't even want to overtake Phil Razor yet. Maybe he doesn't think it's the right time.
We'll keep an eye on it. Anyway, thank you for raising that. We'll keep an eye
Are
on
we
it.
gonna finally see Dan Murphy come to the pits?
No, he's going again.
Still going.
How many laps is he going to do on these mediums? I would say it's certainly an interesting strategy. I mean, it could work. We could be doubting it for no reason, and if anyone can pull it off, Dan probably can. He is the the only VIL champion we've had so far, Season 1 champion, and he'll be looking to defend that this season.
Well, the longest.
Jonathan
the
Cox
long-
up to 6th. We haven't talked much about him since his little spin.
He's been there for a while. He's just had his own race. He got held up in the pits and he spun. There's not much else he could have done about it.
Yeah, he'll be hoping for some carnage to hopefully put him on the podium, or because he's not. He's too far back, surely, to do it through pure pace. This, no matter how quick he is, Formula Stu gets a 3-second time penalty. So, also worth saying that although TJ Furface has spun a lot, he's not last. He's in 14th place. So, you know, that's good for him. You know, got to look at the positives. And so we actually, interestingly enough, Formula Stu is the only one on track on the soft tyres. He's doing a 2-stop because he pitted quite early. He started on the mediums, he spun, pitted to the soft, so he will be pitting again. And that gap is now, it's 4.3 seconds between Dan Murphy and Phil Razor.
They've just been chopping time down. Maybe Dan is trying to make sure his tyres are as fresh as possible, but the longer he takes to come in, the further back he is. And is it really worth it? Are we gonna finally see him come into the pits? No, he's still going.
Do you think he's going for medium soft instead of medium hard, and that's why he's going so long?
Medium soft
Yeah,
is
but
easy.
Even with the medium softs, he could have done it 2-3 laps ago. You can take those softs 10 laps.
I can confirm Indigo does not have a DRS failure because he was using it there. So I think he just forgot it before.
Maybe they
didn't
fixed
use
it.
It'd be a very quick fix though. It'd be a very quick fix as the gap about to come under 4 seconds now between Phil Razor and the race leader Dan Murphy. Indigo does use DRS this time, but he's too far back again. And Phil Razor will be very happy with how his race has gone so far. And although Indigo is, keeping up the pace very well, Phil Razor has been putting in a good performance. As we see Warry Cloud briefly join, we were trying to get him to rejoin, but unfortunately didn't get the message in time, and we had to restart without him. There's actually a close battle now between ALR, Sammy, and Ayrton. That is actually a battle that is not the top 3 provisionally. I repeat, there is actually another battle on track. ALR Sammy 2/10 behind Guna, got really close to him in that DRS zone, but he couldn't get past him. Also worth noting that ALR Sammy has quite a lot of 3-second penalties. It seems to be every couple of laps it comes up with a 3-second time penalty. So, but he'll still be looking to get past him on track, of course. But the next driver up there has 12 seconds.
Is Nosey beginning to struggle? He's dropped down 1.5 seconds off this little pack of Phil Rays and Indigo.
Yeah, he's out of the
Maybe-
DRS zone.
Maybe the true pace has been revealed after the pit stops. Are we going to see Dan Murphy in the pits? Yes, we are. He's going to go on for the
He's finally pitted. Also worth noting that Nolsey has... Oh, Phil Razor has used the most overtake out of every one of those front runners. As Phil Razor takes the lead, this race he was already provisionally in the lead. He's on about 25% ERS, so he's used the most. And that perhaps explains how he's managed to keep other drivers like Indigo and Nolsey behind him so much. He's certainly been a thorn in their side. Jonathan Cox gets past Dan Murphy because Dan Murphy pits. So that's not going to be an easy overtake for Dan Murphy. He's going to have to get past Jonathan Cox, who I suspect might be a rival.
Has Dan Murphy left it a bit too late? Because now he's 15 seconds off the lead, and he's going to have to get through people like Jonathan Cox, who's not an easy pass.
I think he will regret maybe going that bit longer, especially because, as you say, he's now... I think if he would have got out ahead of Jonathan Cox, he would still be confident. But the fact that he's behind such a quick and good driver... Phil Razor gets another 3-second penalty. That means that Indigo is currently leading, although on track, obviously, Phil Razor is, because Indigo's only got a 3-second time penalty. So that's a significant penalty. Of course, we don't know the warning situation. So, you know, who knows, Indigo might get another 3-second next lap, but... Significant development, perhaps, especially if Indigo can't get past Phil Razor. He might not have to get past Phil Razor.
Yeah, he might be playing it smart. Nothing else really happening. It's just Indigo and Phil Razor. Nolsey's just fallen off this.
I'll tell you what we have missed, though. ALR Sammy did eventually get past Guna. We did miss that.
We're
but
too
apart
busy
from
on
that,
the chronicles of Dan Murphy finally.
Yeah. That's about 3 or 4 laps of us discussing every time when he came round. This isn't great because 13th place is about to lap TJ Furface.
Guys,
Jonathan Cox with the fastest lap, 1:45.7.
you need
So
to
yeah,
think
he's not
about
going to be easy to
some
pass.
driver of the day, maybe.
We'll see what the game says, but yeah, we will. And if we disagree with it, we'll say our own drive of the day before it happens anyway. I think we'll do that, and then see what the game says, and hopefully the game agrees. If not, we'll just put it in anyway. And yeah, so as we see Dan Murphy get really close up, and despite that fastest lap by Jonathan Cox, there's nothing you can do when you have Dan Murphy that quick on the soft tyres and in DRS. Yeah, and he will probably go on to set the fastest lap. Now, fair play to Jonathan Cox, you know, he's still quick on those mediums. That spin has really cost him, and then, as you say, held up in the pits. YouTube Nova in 4th place has been given a 3-second time penalty. Dan Murphy actually caught and dispatched Jonathan Cox quicker than I thought, so there is maybe a slither of hope now. Next up the road for him is YouTube Nova, who's had a very solid race. We haven't had much time on him because he hasn't really sort of been that eventful race for him, but he's just been doing what he has to do. As the gap at the top stays 0.6.
I think that driver of the day, we've already got someone who's going to be near enough the favourite for it. Dan Murphy.
Is that a certain Mr. Murphy? Yeah.
He started outside the top 10. He's ready on for a great drive, wherever he finishes from here on.
Well, we'll see what happens as the race goes on, but yeah, barring something horrific like him taking out Nova or something, he probably will get, as he sets the fastest lap at 1:44.1 on those fresh softs. He is looking like the favourite for driver of the day, and if we had to vote now, yeah, please, I would agree with you. I would be voting for him. I presume Hilke would be doing the same, as we have a 10-second time penalty for TJ Furface. How do you get a 10-second time penalty around here? I think that's quite impressive. I actually think that's quite impressive. I've got to admire that.
Indigo's still just sitting behind Phil Razor. He's not really overtaking him. He seems like he's significantly faster. Or Phil Razor and Indigo both are faster than Nolsey because they've detached themselves from him.
Yeah, well, you know what's interesting, Pease, is that Phil Razor, although Indigo's right up Phil Razor's bum, I know that's not very commentator-like language, but I don't know, I just prefer that to rear. Indigo has so much more ERS than Phil Razor. He's barely using any overtake. The only time I've seen him use the overtake is when he has DRS out of Radion. So something to note there. He's got a lot of ERS to play with. He could run a lot more overtake if he wanted to, and I'm sure Jeff is banging on about it because every time I don't use even an overtake for like half a lap, he has a go at me. So can't imagine what he's like. As Dan Murphy is about to get past YouTube Nova, slowed down almost there. That was almost like teammates, but his teammate for this race is Jonathan Cox. Is he going to do the same for him? I don't know. We'll see. Of course, as Formula 2 gets past Gunnar, and that was on this DRS straight after Radion, and that puts Formula 2 up into 9th place. Gunnar is 10th in the last points position. He's got a huge gap to Ayrton of about 20 seconds, so Gunnar is pretty comfortably in the points. Barring something horrific, he will get that last points position.
Guys,
as we go to the front, YouTube Nova is actually not... He's not Dan Murphy's not pulling away. He will have DRS. He's 4 tenths behind. He's got overtake on. He's using DRS. Could we see YouTube Nova, who let Dan Murphy pass? Well, this is incredible. YouTube Nova slowed down to let Dan Murphy pass. And then, as TJ Furface calls it a day, and he slowed down, and then he's overtaken him. So, why did he slow down to let him pass then, if he was going to try and retake?
Tactical. He knew that he'd be behind him on the main straight, so he'd be able to get him. But all this is doing is holding up Dan Murphy more and more for his charge to the win.
Possibly, yeah.
I
think it would be a clever
driver
tactic.
Of the days.
2, yep.
Yeah, the first two, Phil and Indigo, for nice battling with each other.
Yeah, they're significant contenders, and I think without Dan Murphy, yeah, they'd definitely be the 2 front runners because, as you say, clean racing, good pace, been very entertaining to watch. Jonathan Cox, of course, did a really good stint at the start. Unfortunately, spun and put him out the equation, although he's only 2.4 seconds off Dan Murphy. As we see Dan Murphy now looking to overtake Nova, is he going to wait to the DRS zone? I mean, unless there's a massive dive bomb, I can't really see Dan getting past him until that DRS zone. Exactly. Or unless he has a really good exit here, which he has with DRS, he's so much quicker.
I don't think he's going to want to overtake. He wants to get the DRS on this main straight, just so he can be that much quicker, get the job done, and then run away.
But this time he actually needs to break out of Nova's DRS, because as we saw last time when he didn't... Oh, and there was nearly contact there. He got so close to the back of him. And he will now just breeze past Nova, and Nova accepts it. There's a yellow flag. ALR, is that ALR Sammy? Or yes, it is. ALR Sammy, and I don't know if there was contact with Gunnar or what, but he was round. There's a yellow flag. So still, we have the battle for the lead, and it's staying within a second. It's staying at about the 5/10 margins. And Dan Murphy obviously now past Nova. He's now out of Nova's DRS zone as Gods comes into the pit. So that's significant. Jonathan Cox gets another 3-second penalty. But yeah, that's significant now that Dan Murphy's out of YouTube Nova's DRS zone. We won't have a repeat of what happened at Radion. And he can now charge down Knowlesy, who, as you say, has dropped off the pace of these front two in this second stint.
But nonetheless, it was still a good drive from him. He kept them for the majority of the first stint.
Do you think maybe not as confident on the medium tyre, or just...
Yeah, maybe they're not the tyres that suit him. Because he was definitely up there with the soft tyres. Just on this game, being the third one in a train is not good. It's very
Well,
hard
you get
to
double the
do
dirty air, don't you? Especially when you're running that close.
Double the dirty air, the person in front of you has DRS and a slipstream. It's not easy.
Gunnar's got past Formula Stu.
Formula Stu's had a problem.
Yeah, he has. He's gone to 10th. He's gone down to 10th from it. He's retired.
Well, he retires on track.
I mean, obviously, it's not a championship, so the points don't really count for anything other than pride, but that means Ayrton will move up into that final points position. And Indigo going through Radion is a lot closer than he's been for a while. This goes to 3/10. Is he going to make the move? He turned off DRS briefly.
I don't know. Maybe he wants to leave
activated
it to the last lap. Yeah, because he's just sitting behind him.
Well, you know also why that is as well, please, is that Phil Razor currently has an extra 3-second time penalty, so he doesn't need to risk it currently and go for the move.
But I think Indigo has the pace to go.
Oh,
Overtaking and go.
and these drivers are clean. It's not exactly like he's stuck behind Grosjean. He can, you know, these drivers have been racing very clean. There've been some lovely moves between these two.
Yeah.
And yeah, the battle for the lead continues, and it's going to go right down to the final lap. That's for certain. Jonathan Cox has gained on Nova. He's in well within DRS zones. It's 0.3 the gap. Look at this. Is there going to be a bit of team orders at Ferrari? We've seen plenty of them in the past, but of course this is just the Eval Race. But yeah, I mean,
like
well,
they're going side by side through this fast left hand.
yeah, it looks like no team orders, and Jonathan Cox is through. But Nova will probably still be in the DRS zone when they come up to Radeon, so that'll be interesting to watch. Indigo is going to be really close yet again. Is this the lap we're finally going to see him go for a move?
Surely.
You never know, he might be quite the showman and just leave it to the last lap,
Yeah,
but
I think
he's
we're
so
gonna
close.
see I think this is the
To
lap.
not overtake him, he'd have to slow down. He
Yeah.
actually would at this point, he's that close. 0.2. He's going for it. What can Phil Razor realistically do here? Well, he's done well to block him, and Indigo doesn't go for the move. He was quite cautious there, in my opinion. I think he definitely could have gone for the move if he really wanted to, though. But maybe that extra 3 seconds in mind. But then again, if he gets a 3 second, I don't know if he's on his final warning or maybe he's gone, you know, none since that 3 second. It could screw him over, this tactic. But either way, for now, he is currently going to win the race as it stands. Although Phil Razor will win it on track unless Indigo can make the move. Nosey comfortably in third. Looks like Dan's going to be too far away to get that podium. But considering what he's battled through in terms of that start and the incident, as ALR Sammy gets past Guna on the DRS straight, and Jonathan Cox gets another 3 second time penalty. But yeah, the drive from Dan has certainly been very, very admirable, especially, you know, he could have easily given up after that crash because he didn't have a great qualifying anyway because he didn't manage to set time. But then to go on and perform like this with so many great overtakes, so much good pace, he took those mediums to lap 12, and I wonder if he would have potentially got that podium. Maybe not the race win, maybe that was too much, but if he would have gone into the pits, maybe a few laps earlier.
This is the lap. It's the final lap of the race.
This is the final lap of the race.
Finally going to see Indigo overtake Phil Razor. He's been sitting
Well,
behind him for the whole of the second stint.
Yeah, I mean, the patience from Indigo, I can't believe. I mean, I could never be that patient, but maybe that's why he's a better driver than me. Either way, he goes for the move. They're side by side. Surely this time he's draining overtake. No doubt Phil Razor will be as well. But he's passed him, and he's flashing DRS maybe to celebrate there. I think he might be. But either way, he was going to win it anyway on penalties, but it's so much better to win it on track position. And he's got past him on the very last lap. We did say, was he going to leave it to the last like a proper showman? And he has, to be fair. And he is sitting in first position. Phil Razor's still quite close behind him, but there's only really one overtaking opportunity before the end of this lap and the end of the race.
Yeah, this track can bring anything. So, Phil Razor's gone.
Oh, well,
Razor
that's him.
stopped it.
Yeah, that's him out of the race. And Nosey is now into second. Oh, what an absolute disaster for Phil Razor. He's driven so well. His battles were so clean. And Dan might even have a go. I mean, he might be too far back. But that means that Nosey is going to get second unless he has any more penalties. Don't think he does. And, oh, that's heart rate for Phil Razor because he already wasn't going to win because of that penalty, but it still would have been a really solid second place. Is he going to hang on to that podium? The gap to him and Dan Murphy is very close as Indigo comes round the final chicane. He's gone very wide there, but it doesn't matter. He won't care. He has won the VIL Eval Race. Great drive. Nosey is going to come home in second. Phil Razor, will he be third on track though because of that penalty? No, he won't. He drops down to fourth. Dan Murphy gets a podium from where he was. Remember, he started in 12th place and was involved in that incident at the start. Absolutely incredible drive to get a podium. YouTube Nova finishes 5th. Jonathan Cox in 6th. That was on penalties. Jonathan Cox did finish ahead of him on track. Phil Razor then misses out of the podium. He'll be devastated. Mumford comes home in 7th. ALR, Sammy and Gunnar, they've been close all race. That's been the only other battle, really, that's been consistent throughout the entire race, other than the top two. That battle between Gunnar and Sammy constantly switching. And on track, it's going to be ALR Sammy who's going to always lose to the rear. I was going to say confidently, he just gets ahead, but who's up? Gunnar's got it on penalties. Gunnar's got it on penalties. That's P8 for Gunnar, 9th Sammy. And Ayrton is going to come home to get the final points position. And then the other two, Gods and R5 attacking.
Lost it again, he's reset to track.
So Ayrton comes home for the final points finishes. So, I mean, driver of the day has surely got to go for Dan Murphy. I don't know what the game's going to decide, but that was an unbelievable race. Well, Indigo's not hanging around after that victory. He immediately leaves the session. But either way, that was actually a really entertaining race in the end. Like, there was a really close battle for the lead, and it went on the entire race.
Mm-hmm.
And the final finisher now is Gods. Comes home for 11th. Well, thank you for all tuning in the stream. As driver of the day does go to Dan Murphy. That's a good sign that the game seems to recognise that. Because although I'm not sure 100% what driver of the day system we will be using next season, but either way, Dan Murphy gets driver of the day. Also notable drives to Phil Razor, who unfortunately missed out on that podium. Jonathan Cox did well to recover after leading the race, and obviously got pole position. And then, of course, your race winner in Indigo did a great job. But driver of the day is Dan Murphy. And that concludes the Belgian Grand Prix and the VIL Eval Race. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.